and crime and violence must stop.
Welcome again, man. Welcome again. Thanks for tuning in back again to the Morning Insider video. Yeah, bless upon yourself. What a lovely day. Yeah, what a lovely day today. Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday to everybody. You don't know wherever you are in the world. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's Wednesday. We're getting closer and closer to that weekend. You understand? Just a few more days, just a few more days, and then we walking right into the weekend. But some lovely stuff to talk about today. Some good news and also bad news. You understand? More, I would say 3/4 of this video will be covering some bad news for Reggae Boy and Reggae Girl player. You don't know, big Bews, without a manager. And this one, I don't know how I forgot, to say my little piece on what happened with Khadija Bonisha and of her losing her coach. Gareth Taylor is not at the helm anymore with Khadija Bonisha at Manchester City women team. And also the very prominent one, Kahim Dixon with a hat-trick. Yes, a hat-trick in the knockout round of the Premier League Cup. And guess what? He also made an assist. So, that's coming up as well. Right after this, we will jump right into the video.
+3, and we were all square. It continued that way for some time until this strike, a brute of an effort from Basco. Look at that. Great technique. Initially coming from the corner. Myri with the assist. Look at that. In-step technique, the outside.
Yes, so some news coming out of Tijuana, the border club in Mexico in the Liga MX of Tijuana, parting ways with the Colombian Juan Carlos Osorio. I say this is some bad news. This is a man that recruits Shamar Nicholson. This is a man that go all the way up north in Russia for Shamar Nicholson. This is the striker he was expecting to lead him into another glorious season of what happened last season. He went into the playoff, recruit around 7 to 8 different players, big money spent, in Mexico the pressure will always be on. But guess what, man, for the last 6 games, the last 6 games that Shamar Nicholson, since he made his debut at Chivas Guadalajara until that last game that they played at home versus Atlas, it's 6 games, 5 lost and only 1 win. That win came just a few match days ago when they beat Pumas at their own stadium. And I must say, Juan Carlos Osorio, I said this in my little pieces, when, the news just started to break out that Shamar Nicholson will be playing under the Colombian at Club Tijuana in the Liga MX. His first game came on July the 5th. His first game came on July the 5th. Listen to this one. And I said, this coach have a track record of not being around for more than probably just around 8 months, close to a year. He's always moving around clubs, and Mexico was one of that national team job that he has, and he coached them for a couple of years. So that, I think that was his longest stint, but it's but these are the stuff that Shamar Nicholson gonna have to deal with, when he's coming up. It's also just when he's playing, for clubs, in the Americas area, when you talk about, Mexico, when you talk about Honduras, Costa Rica, when you talk about those leagues, managers don't really last long at these clubs, so if you look at Juan Carlos Osorio, he's been appointed for over 300 plus days at the helm of Tijuana. You have coached a team with 34 games. Look, over the last 5 managers, he have the most points per game ratio. And I must say, man, even I give you, another one, 34 games, 12 win, 7 draw, and also 15 game he lost during his tenure at Club Tijuana. So that's really bad. But talk about the last couple of managers, he has the highest points per game. That's, I give you that's 1.24 at the moment. So even go back to the track record of Shamar Nicholson team. You have coach that used to coach a team before, Juan Carlos Osorio, a very prominent one in Mexican football, Miguel Herrera, the current manager of Costa Rica, the Los Ticos at this moment. He have managed them over, over 500 plus days, 47 games, and even look back at different coaches that manage the team, over 100 plus days. They have only lost 20, the last coach before Miguel Herrera, 22 game. Before that, 22 game. Before that, 13 game. Before that, 33 games. So if you look at the track record of this club, but if you look at the track record of this club, managers don't really last too long at this club, so these are the scenarios and different type of managers swinging inside out that Big BOZA going to have to deal with. And when you look at his game, 5 starred in 6 games. He have played 70% of the minutes under Juan Carlos Osorio. 390 plus minutes he have played, since the season have started, since he made his debut. And if you look at it, since he have joined the club, I've played over 500 minutes of football, and he have managed to get on the field over 390 plus minutes. So it's sure that he's a very important player in this team. But things haven't worked out for Juan Carlos Osorio. Hopefully the next manager that walk through the door at Club Tijuana at the Border Club will fancy Shamar Nicholson. But if you look at it, the players that they have in the squad, they should recruit somebody that will like to play, the physical side of football, because these are the type of player that Juan Carlos Osorio also recruit. And if you look back on it, a lot of people, especially the fans, a couple of media, journalists in Club Tijuana also, criticizing Juan Carlos Osorio, recruitment and the players that he brought through the door at Club Tijuana, including Shamar Nicholson. So Shamar Nicholson is going to have to deal with this situation, but hopefully the reggae boy player is tenure at the club. I think, which I've heard, it's a 2-year deal with probably an option and with an option on the table, extra year on the table. So hopefully he can really settle again. But this is Mexican football, and these are the things that happen. But I mean, even when you talk about another player that lost their manager, in just less than 24 hours, another one that happened just 5 days before a League Cup final. Gareth Taylor is no longer at the helm at Khadija Bonisha team, at Manchester City women team, and guess what? Nick Cushion, the farmer, my farmer friend, I've usually coached, the NYFC team. I'm a big NYFC supporter. You understand? I'm a big NYFC supporter. Someone who used to reside, in the Bronx. Massive supporter of the NYFC. And Nick Cushion will be the interim manager until the end of the season. The don't want the job full time. He will take part with the club until the end of the season. He got fired from NYFC, and he's still on the books of the City Group, so this was an easy one to carry over. So Nick Cushion will be the new manager for Khadija Bonisha. And if you look at the tournaments that Khadija Bonisha have left, that you will say she can win. It's a treble run that she's looking for, in trophies, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and also League Cup. Nick Cushion, the last time City won the WSL, 2016, 2017, I think, he was the manager, you understand, and he have won the League Cup with City. You have won the FA Cup with City. The only thing you have never won, it's a Champions League, which you have never take part in. So he's a very prominent one. Someone around the Manchester City women team. But look, it's very sad. Yes, it's very sad to see that a manager. This reminds me of when Danny Levy, the sacking of Jose Mourinho just days before the League Cup final versus Manchester City, when he already beat Manchester City during that season as well. So it's a very shocking one. But when you look at the fixtures coming up in the next 12 days, they have 4 games. I said this already. In the next 12 days, they have Manchester City to play 4 times in the next 12 days. it's 3 different tournaments, you understand, the Champions League, the WSL and the League Cup final. But what's at stake with Manchester City is that Khadija Bonusha has to go be ruthless. Yes, she has to go be ruthless during this process. She have to look out, the Bonusha ball, as I call it, the Bonusha ball. If she want to go on to win any individual trophies, she have to go clean up Chelsea on the weekend. You understand? She have to go take care of Chelsea again, midweek in the Champions League. She have to go take care of Chelsea again in the WSL the weekend after the midweek of the first leg of the Women's Champions League, and in the second leg she have to go take care of Chelsea again. So if she want to be that, that really prominent one, that famous one that will grow her stature individually, getting on the biggest global award in women's sport, she have to go make sure that, look, she dominate the Champions League, get rid of Chelsea in the League Cup coming up on the weekend, the FA Cup as well, against Manchester, against their bitter rival Manchester United women team. So but yeah, Gareth Taylor is no longer at the end after struggling with results. Even when you look back on results that he struggled to beat Everton. The team struggled to beat, I think, Aston Villa. Was it Aston Villa or West Ham? They drew it in the league, so they are dropping points against the lower table teams. So these are the type of stuff that come to conclusion of the City group to get rid of Gareth Taylor from now, because they cannot afford not to qualify for the next round, the next Champions League. You understand? They're missing, I think, two Champions League seasons now in the last 3 years. So as what their target want to be as a club is the Champions League. That's where the big box is at the moment. It doesn't matter if it's women or men's football. But 2016, remember, Nick Cushion win the WSL for Manchester City, and also the FA Cup he have won it in 2016, 2017, that same season, and he have won the League Cup twice, 2014 and 2016. So hopefully he can get the better of Chelsea, so Bonusha can lift a silverware coming on the weekend. You understand? But moving on, young Kahim Dixon, yes, is at it again. After big performance, from young Kahim Dixon in the Pro Development League on Friday, where he scored a goal versus Watford. What happened yesterday? Look, a whole lot of stuff is happening right now. Yes, right now in Charlton Athletic. You understand? And Kahim Dixon is a part of that, and it's knockout round football for Kahim Dixon, and this was the run. I think this was the run of 16. Yes, this was the run of 16, and to score a hat-trick, you understand, and Blackburn Rovers, Blackburn Rovers to score a hat-trick, and Blackburn Rovers, to get an assist during the game as well. So that's 4 goals involvement of the 7 goals that Charlton Athletic have scored in that game alone. So Kahim Dixon helped his team to marching on in the quarterfinal, and they are still second in the league of the Pro Development League, just a point, I think, just a point behind Brentford, and I think the team that's behind them is just 2 points behind them, so they're still in that race to qualify. The top 2 team in the Pro Development League will advance to the playoff, so it's North and South. But the Premier League Cup, where they beat Blackburn yesterday 7-0, they advanced to the quarterfinal, and Chelsea is in that as well. Brentford is playing Exeter today. So some very tough academy teams, some teams in the Premier League, their academy team is in this tournament as well. So for him to continue to shine, at Charlton, continue to scoring goals left, right and center. But at the time of doing this recording, no video footage, no highlights package are released from the Charlton Athletic website. I don't know what they're doing for someone like me that subscribe, paying my hard earning money to get Kahim Dixon video clips and all of that to so I can show the reggaeboyz fans what is really going on. Nothing as well, nothing for the game on Friday that he scored on for Watford, nothing for that knockout game yesterday. But talking about the big things, the other big things is that Charlton Athletic is marching on. Yes, they are just a few points away from a automatical promotional spot in League One. So if they continue this trajectory for the next couple of months, definitely they will be in a championship. And what that will spell for young Kahim Dixon to be playing, the potentially to be playing in a higher league, that says a lot. So good things, he's doing really good thing. He's dragging this academy team single-handed on his own, and the first team is lifting their standard to trying to get automatical qualifying spot to the championship, and that will spell a really good thing. So potentially Kahim Dixon next season, we're looking forward, for the championship season, which I think it's going to be tough if they get promoted. I don't want to get too ahead of myself of labeling his team potentially to get promoted. Birmingham is up there. Birmingham's already into the championship with the amount of points that they have, 80 plus points. And the next couple of teams, Wickham is flying with also another reggae boy player, Garrett McCleary, is in that team, and also Wrexham is also in the running for that second automatical qualifying spot, just as Charlton Athletic. But people, yes, Messi, still no news on Messi. I said, hopefully look later today, in Wednesday, we also can get some news on if Messi travel to Jamaica with the Inter Miami team, you understand? But I'm excited, man. One of the biggest competitive game I think will play in Jamaica with you will say one of the most high profile player in the entire world. You understand? Most people label him as the GOAT. You understand? Most people label him as the best player ever, the greatest of all time. So that is it, man. That's where I come, with the Morning Insider. Bless up on yourself. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Remember, people, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. You understand? If you love the video, if you love the coverage, if you love the information when you come over here, it's always like a football study. You hear and learn different stuff. The analogy of talking about reggae boy football, talking about reggae girls football, and also analyze it and compare and made comparison with different stuff, so you guys can get a fully understanding and grasp of everything of what is really going on. So I try to put in a lot of work. I try to improve on videos after videos. Sometimes I may not be at 100 in that video, but I try to make sure that I put the video together and make sure that I get the information correctly, so you guys can actually get the coverage and learn something. It's not just knowing that yes, Kahim Dixon scoring goal, BOZA coach got sacked, Gareth Taylor Bonisha coach got sacked. It's not all about that. It's all about just coming over here and have that understanding of the whole football and learn something. Yeah, it's good to know that people actually reach out and said every time they watch my video, there's always something that they learn and go back and then come back again and learn something new again. So big up on yourself. Thanks for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. Yeah, thanks. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Salute. Bless up.
And crime and violence must stop.